Oh, hello, hello. I have been doing some research all day and also listening to, what is her name? I posted her on my wall. She's the one that's been doing oh, God, what's the name? Darn it. Post Wake World, and she goes under, the channel's name is actually True Crime Curiosities, but the title, the bigger title is Post Woke World, so I'm not sure how that works like that. I don't know. Anyway, she's been doing the breakdown of Linda Lane, and one of the things that she has acknowledged that not many have, I know Tommy has, and I'm not sure who else has thought that as well, but that there's drones, like there's drones flying, right? So I did a little research, and lo and behold, Linda Lane, the owner of Linda Lane, his son owns a drone company, and he's really good at it. I believe he's also the one that just bought not Linda Lane, but King LLCs. This is him right here. So the King used to be called Bluebird Real Estate, and this now is called Blue Sky Real Estate. And he's a graduate from the University of Idaho as well.
Okay. And then 202 is about to start, and it sounds like a pothole maybe is being removed. And then that person on the radio, whether it's a radio, a transmitter, a walkie-talkie, it's something that this person, in my opinion, could be communicating with other people out in the field, I'll call it. I have a strong suspicion that the person is communicating with the cars, people in the cars, because they tend to make commands, and then you hear the cars doing various things. So I just feel like this person that this recording is from, and I'm less convinced now that it's from the camera and more convinced that it's some sort of other audio that's over this. I'm not sure though. It's hard to know. Anyway, this person is likely the person in charge of whatever this operation seems to be, because that's what it seems like is an operation. All right, so there's a pothole, and then you hear the central scrutinizer. If you've ever listened to Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage, you know who the central scrutinizer is. So I'm just going to call this radio person the central scrutinizer. He whispers something, and then there's a dog bark, and at 2:02:54, I hear a guy yell, Murphy, and then at the 57-second mark, I hear a dog bark. So let's... It sounds like the dog... It sounds like the dog whimpers right around like the 26-second mark, and then the guy yells, shut up. And then at the 39-second, it sounds like there's a guy in the distance. And then I know I don't have the video up. I'm working on figuring that part out. I'm new to StreamYard. On Jeff H's channel, he has the best sound and video, I think. Thank you, Jeff H. Before, you can hear some yelling in the distance, a couple of car doors shut, and some people arguing, and I hear a scream in the distance at like 2:04:52, and then at the 58-second mark, a car approaches. And at 2:05, it sounds like there's a drone approaching. I don't know if it's a drone. I'm saying I don't know what this is, and to me, it sounds like it might be a drone. And it's kind of loud, and then it flies away around the 35-second mark, or flies away from the sound field here. I hear some more chain sounds and a thump, and then the drone whirring sound comes back towards the end of the 2:05 minute.
And so he's been with Team Idaho Real Estate. So they are the property managers for, they still are. I mean, now I guess maybe he owns those now, but for the King LLC. So they were the ones that would, like a property manager, what they do with all those King LLCs. So it's all those houses with all the frats in them, and then the King Road one, the King, the 1122. So what a property manager does is they go in and like change light bulbs or fix something if needed, and actually they're supposed to do the lawns. I'm sure over there they would have to do the lawns, be on call for any leaks, maybe collect rent. I mean, all sorts of things like that. And literally you've got your property manager living right next door to you. Literally right next door. You have one apartment building. I call them the two Twinkies, which are the Queen Road apartments, which also has a new owner, by the way. Those have sold. We'll go into that later. But it's not even, it's just hop, skip, and a jump away. Where the camera that we've been watching on Lindow Lane, that is where his papa lives. Maybe him as well. But, yeah, so here's, born and raised in Moscow. I've grown up in Palouse. I've grown up here on the Palouse and loved every moment. My education was fantastic. And my BS in marketing from the University of Idaho was speedy, affordable, and full of unforgettable professional applicable work experience. My life has been enriched by refereeing youth and college soccer games, snow shoveling, the restaurant and brewery industry via everything from home brewing to dishwashing to serving, co-starting an online fishing company with a successful patented product as a young graduate, and last but not least, the real estate industry as a son of a great real estate investors and property managers, as well as the best parents and support system of friends that anyone could ask for. Meaning Kane, which is the owner of Lindow Lane, which is the one who returned that surveillance video into the police, and the one that we're watching. If anyone were to ask me if living in Moscow, Idaho is fun, fulfilling, enjoyable, loving, diverse, and accepting, my answer is yes. It's a place I will always call home. So, the Moscow High School, he coaches the, looks like, what is it, the boys JV, boys soccer coach. So he deals with children. Well, not quite children, but teenagers. Paradise Creek Brewery. So if you guys know that video of Xana where she's in front of the King house and she's telling where she used to work, and she's kind of spinning around and she's got on that jersey she's wearing, that big oversized jersey. I believe, in my opinion, that she worked for these guys. She worked calling for them on this real estate company, is what she did. I'm pretty darn sure. And I wonder where he was a server at. Just curious. And a busser. And so he's in Pullman and Washington, so he knows both sides of it. Also, he's a system software package, maintain cleanliness. So he knows his software too. He knows his computers. Chief marketing officer at 4 Mile Fishing. I wonder who owns that. I'm pretty sure that John, the one that owns the grub truck, he's from Alaska, from what I understand. And so there's something to do with fishing. Something to do with his name and fishing. So maybe this is, I don't know, Viola, Idaho, huh? Where have I heard that name, Viola, Idaho? Something recently, too. So, intramural sports official. I'm not sure what that quite means, but intramural. And then he's got a Bachelor of Science, graduated in 2015. And post-secondary is performed market research using SPSS, wrote business documents. Okay, so he's got that under his belt. He went to the Moscow Senior High School. And look, he studied Idaho science and aerospace scholars. So he studied Idaho science? That's interesting. I didn't know they were that, I mean, Idaho science, I guess. So, real estate broker, Idaho real estate, been in since 2019. Volunteer at the Good Samaritan Society. Class volunteer. Board member at Sojourners Alliance. Oh, homeless shelter and provided. Okay, this right here. There's a lot of calls on that come in on this thing. I can't remember what street it's on. I think it's on Elm, maybe. Board member of the United Way of Moscow. He's right up on in there, isn't he? Co-founder of Food Not Bombs of the police chapter. That's weird. What do you mean food not bombs of police? So he's a co-founder. So that seems weird. Food Not Bombs. I mean, that's a weird combination of words, in my opinion. These are all his. I'm not going to read through them all, but he's got lots of stuff under his belt here. His little business courses that he's taken and graduated from. New venture creation. Pricing strategy and tactics. Deploying and developing human capital. What? What's that? Deploying and developing human capital. That sounds gnarly. Doesn't that sound weird? And that kind of connects with something I just found too. Oh, he speaks Spanish too. All right. That's interesting. It's interesting because there's been a lot of calls that have come in where someone, like, they're sending messages to these people, but their language, they call it a language barrier. So one of them is somebody calling and whispering, like, I think it was like at a restaurant somewhere. So either it was Wild Wings or whatever it's called, Buffalo Wings or something like that. But they're whispering something into the phone, and it says something around about a language barrier. So it made me think that one of them was, that's the main, like, I think that's the main language over there because there's a lot of brush. So a lot of them do like the brush work where they go in and they cut, the branches and stuff for like especially during the Christmas season because they make wreaths out of it and stuff. So brush work, or I'm not sure what it's called, but let's see who's in these pictures. To take a drink first. Okay, let's see. So this is during the COVID time, huh? Is that Jasmine? Is that Jazzy? And that guy, that tall guy, I think he's a cop. That really does look like Jasmine. That's Xana's sister. I could swear that guy is a cop. I love commencement. Okay, so I bet you that is Jasmine. Wow. Wouldn't that be strange? I've done a lot on camera interviews. I've done a lot of online camera interviews. Is this him? I'm saying this, or is this somebody else? Ah, damn it. I hate it when it does that. No, I'm not signing in. You're not getting me, man. Chemie Sledge, alumni, Garling House. So it's pretty. There's some really pretty buildings over there. Really volunteering my time writing cards too. Sean, my name is Jamie. 0517. I congratulate you on being accepted to the University of Idaho. Oh boy, that's not him, but this is a different person writing those, or signing them. He's just liking it. So this is his personal site. Now I believe, let me see, go down through here a little bit and see who's on here. Oh, we got lots of alumni through here. That's good. Demetrius Collins. Did I tell you guys that Demetrius seems to have a second name? That would be Anthony Hombre, Hombre, I think. Hombre, Anthony Hombre. That's what he shows up as. Okay, so Leah Clark sounds familiar too. Let's see. I think this one's out of biz. Yep, see. No, I don't want you to redirect me because I don't know what you're up to. Not that you're up to anything. Pure speculation, all that good stuff. But I am going to take you somewhere else here. So hold on one second. This is his drone page, SF Drones. And not rated. He does a lot of drone work, so I'm going to just play some of it for you. Pretty good drones. You know, I'm not saying he's going to do this, but if the drones, what that makes me think is that they were keeping, when people were, they were keeping eyes on the people. They were watching and waiting for them and keeping an eye on them. In fact, I'd be curious if anybody sees or hears any type of drone, like maybe a reflection in the window down at the grub truck. Not that they need it with the Twitch live, stream or whatever, but and I don't know how far these things go, but they're pretty nice. We got Mortimer's 2018 pig roast and cornhole tournament. Cornhole. Sorry, you guys. I didn't know there was music playing behind this damn thing. But look at how far away those people are. Look at how clear they are. That is nuts. Yeah, I'm actually putting this in a like a recording type thing instead of like actually doing it on the actual recording, so it's not going to be as good a quality. So sorry about that. Yeah. And sorry, I'm really stuffed up right now, so I've been coughing, so I probably sound like crap. But I'm trying to get this out there because I think it's really important. And this just, I don't know, it reminds me of something that, that would be there and keep a track on everybody, and how, how easy would that be just to have a thermal drone up, they're just keeping track of everybody. Crazy. Okay, I'm not going to talk too long because I'm going to start coughing. Okay. Hey, you guys, I decided I'm going to just let this play just a little bit, and then I'm just going to redo it on this part because I was talking about a bunch of stuff that I really wanted to get out there, important, that I really want everybody to know, but you can't hear it over this dang music. So, and it's freaking sucks. This music sucks too. Anyway, all right, then I will. Yeah. So I'm apologizing for the music up here. I already wrote this stuff up top here in this video before I even, yeah, I was going to keep it in here, but I decided no. Anyway, I'm going to let this go right now, and I will redo the other part. I've got literally another 40 minutes left on this recording of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. So I will get to you. I will get it up as soon as I can, but I'm going to have to redo the whole thing, so I can't just take the music and my voice out too. Okay, take care, you guys. I will talk to you soon. From what I could tell, was the Trail, the family trust, the Trail family, which is the one, the guy that was murdered in 2015. It was the last big, murder like that, where 3 people passed, 4 people were shot, 1 survived, and then his brother actually just passed away this year, just not too long ago, and they like have, I mean, he was an insurance guy, and the guy that shot him was one of his tenants. And in fact, on those tapes with Sleuthy Goosey, the previous either chief or captain of the Moscow police that guy is talking to in the recordings, he talks about that shooting because the reporter asked him, well, the guy that shot him used to be this guy's friend. Like, he was friends with them, with the police captain, the police guy. Isn't that interesting? You guys go look at those, listen to those. Pretty wild. Look at that. See how, how nice and, I mean, look at you can see everything. And look how far away. That's pretty far away too, really. To be able to see that much. You can see all the way up the road if somebody was walking up that road. Wow. So anyway, this is his Facebook page. And interestingly enough, Lana did got a live body cam of, there was a call that came in, and it was with for Queen or King Road or something like that. Anyway, the police came out, and as they're walking in between, trying to find where the noise is coming from, they're walking in between the 2 big long Twinkies there, the Queen apartments. And all of a sudden, there's this guy you can see crouched down, on his, just crouched down like you would with, bent knees and all that stuff. And squatting, he was squatting. That's what the word I'm looking for. And he looked, when he saw the cops, he looked back over his shoulder, and he stood up and leaned up against the building. And he had a hat and like glasses. You couldn't see who he was, but it seemed kind of his physique and that kind of stuff. And he just looked at the cops and just pointed. And the cops went that direction. They didn't ask the guy anything, nothing of the sort. And my first thought when I saw that, before I knew about Sage here, was I thought it might be Kane, because maybe they were partying and he didn't like it or whatever. And he's the property manager for that place. So maybe he was upset. Well, now I'm beginning to think it might have been this guy. So there's another thing out here too that's really interesting, and I don't know where it's at. If it's on this one or no, it's in Genesee, I think. That's where I knew that name Genesee from. That's what I kept thinking. Where did I heard that before? It is a piece of property that let me see if it's out here. Anyway, it is a piece of property that's got a farm on it, and the farm actually looks like, I don't see it in here. I wonder where I saw that at. It's on one of his though. The farm looks like, maybe it's this one. Oh, it is, I think. Yep. This is in Moscow, but this, I think, no, it's not this one. Anyway, it is, let me see, it might be this one. Let me look for a minute. The farm looks exactly like the farm that there's a house in Moscow that has 13 white crosses in the yard, like lined up, just like around, like where you would put like a little, little fence, little picket fence, but they're just smaller. I mean, they're like, maybe a foot, maybe 12 inches high or something, maybe. And they're just lined up around, like kind of like the little rounded corner of their house. And I was just curious about it, so I looked them up, and of course she's in with the University of Idaho. She is I think she's an eye doctor, and I think they have an insurance kind of business thing too, if I recall. But anyway, they have a farm out there in the middle of nowhere. I don't think this is it. In the middle of nowhere, and maybe it's on one of these. Well, these all should be on there though, right? No, because the charter school. No, it's on this one because the charter school wasn't on there. Let's see what it says. Look at this. This guy's wheat field. Check it out. Isn't that wild? It's a wheat field, yeah. Like putting that took some. That's pretty nice work there. But those tractors nowadays. So anyway, this is. Maybe it's this one. I don't know. Anyway, they own a farm, and I believe it's in Genesee, I think. But it's like in the middle of nowhere, and if I recall, it was 1,600 like square feet, but it said it only had one bedroom and one bath. I thought that was weird. That's pretty big. They must have a huge living room and kitchen, which would be great. I mean, that'd be nothing wrong with that. So we've got Walenta. He's selling stuff on Walenta.
Sorry you guys, but you get silence for a while. Imagine being chased by that in the middle of the night. That looks like a compound to you? Like something a cult would be in. And in the middle of nowhere.
Man, that looks like a crazy compound. Let me see. Let's go Can I go faster through it? Can I skip forward? No.